We're all about fun. I mean, I put it on the website. It's kind of a joke, but it's, you know, we make fun out of broken surfboards and old wetsuits. There's kind of nothing better than being able to make something out of, you know, sort of the challenge of making something out of something that already exists. You take that and you take an old wetsuit and you know, you got 25 handles out of one old wetsuit. And then you just start looking at the world differently. You start looking at all this stuff that every business has, either shipping waste or cutoffs or all this stuff. You know, you can look at from an economic standpoint, it's free materials. All of a sudden, you look at it, what was trash to them and was going to be thrown away, it's like you look at it like gold, and you go, you're like, score, 6 hand planes out of this.
Basically, we started about 3 years ago. One day with the kiddos and kind of doing our daddy daycare kind of thing, and just fell into the conversation of, you know, all the broken boards that we've had over the years and neighbors' broken boards, and started talking about where these things end up and what happened to the foam and the fiberglass, and does it actually break down and biodegrade, and just kind of curious if there's any way we could salvage the foam and repurpose the stuff. And both kind of came up with the idea of trying to make a hand plane, and did it, and it worked. People were stoked on it, and word kind of spread, and you know, it's kind of taken off from there. It's been kind of crazy. For me, I guess the biggest part is seeing the kids get stoked on what we're doing and get inspired and want to create and recycle stuff that they find in the trash, you know, whether it's a cardboard box or an old McDonald's tray or a piece of plywood they turn into a pipo or a hand plane. It's all good.
been playing around with using old garments from Patagonia, because they've got a common threads program going on, and they collect all this fabric from their customers, which is cool because they're getting all this old material back to them. And the stuff that's really cool, they hand it off to us, and then we glass that in. And some of the stuff you can skip fiberglass because their material is such, they've got these recycled polyester fabrics that are stretchy and thick enough that hold enough resin that you can actually lam it in and you don't need fiberglass.
So stoked to be on board with Patagonia. Those guys have really supported us, and a lot of the local shops here around Encinitas and Leucadia have been really super supportive of us. So that helps keep us motivated. Little added feature on the back to stick the Patagonia button under the glass. And you glass over, it's kind of a cool little effect. So I'm gonna sink that down into the cloth.
We use the Entropy bio-derived epoxy. And that stuff is cool. And the guys that make it, they're all surfers, and they are just dedicated to the environment. So they think about every single chemical, anything that goes into it. So when you have a product like that, I mean, it's not just sort of a kind of faceless corporation that's doing it. These guys they're into it.
Hopefully some of the other companies might catch on and pass off their wetsuits to us so that we can recycle them. You know, it's someplace they've got to go, and they can, you know, brag that they're actually recycling their stuff too, like Patagonia. Yeah. All right. That one's done. So this is the original. This is the first one that we did. Stripped it down, shaped it, glassed it. This one has the stringer all the way through it. And this was the first one that I sat down and just sort of came up with something and put a couple channels in it, threw some resin on it, and it worked.
I think we were the first ones to start doing like a production GoPro mount on the hand planes. And then after that, everyone started doing them, and of course, because it's, you know, who doesn't want to put a GoPro on their hand
That's
plane?
a no-brainer, for sure.
Who doesn't want point-of-view barrel footage of themselves?
It's a great platform for either getting POV of yourself on it or other people, because it's a pretty steady platform. You
Yeah.
can rest the hand plane on the surface of the water, you know you're going to get a decent shot. Then you can body surf and get footage of your friends. Honestly, I was thinking about it the other day. I think if it got to the point where these things weren't selling at all, I would still be pulling broken surfboards off the side of the road and making these things. Even if I was just giving them to my kids' friends, I'd still be making them, just to keep the foam out of the landfill.